how to consistently make money in the markets. Hi, it's Charlie giving you Wednesday's video. I hope you're very well. Now, when it comes to making money in the markets, we know that there's the trading, the returns you make from trading are not constant. I'm just thinking about how to spell constant there. I think it's E-N-T. There we go. Yeah, they are not constant. So when you hear people talking about making consistent returns from the market, really you need to give them a slap round the face and say you're talking out of your backside, because there's no such thing as making consistent returns from the market, no matter whatever trading style you have. In that, even if you're a short-term trader, you don't make the same consistent money every month or every week. It varies depending on the market conditions and how your approach is working during that time frame in the markets. So there isn't a consistent return. There's no such thing. You can't say I want to make 5% per month or 10% a month or whatever the return is that you're thinking. There is no such thing as a consistent return. Returns are erratic. So the only thing that you can do is be consistent in your approach. So that's what you need to focus on. If you're consistent in your approach, then the returns will take care of themselves. They still won't be consistent. You will still have, days or weeks or months where you have some fantastic returns, and then you'll also have days, weeks and months which are not fantastic returns, depending on your style. So for example, if your approach, and again, if you think that all you need is a strategy and you'll be consistent with executing that strategy, well, you're still not going to have consistent returns, because the strategy will work better in some market conditions than in others. And really, we need to look at the context of the market, even when applying a strategy. For a lot of traders, following a strategy, that's the holy grail route. Really, you want to be trying to read the market conditions and the context of the market. So, for example, if we've got a, let's put this on here. So we've got a lovely winding country lane here, okay? And we've got our nice shiny Ferrari car here. Whoa, look at that Ferrari. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? And so you've got your little Ferrari there. Looks more like a Flintstones car, doesn't it, really? And you're driving down this country lane on a normal sunny day, and in normal nice warm weather conditions, you can drive down this lane at a certain speed as you go around these corners. Now, if it's a very heavily raining day, would you approach that lane and that drive in the same way? No, I would suggest if it was heavily raining and you're in a Ferrari, you'd probably be slowing your speed down a lot more. And likewise, you would do if it was really icy conditions, or whether it was dark, and there's all of these different road conditions that you're going to adapt to. So you're going to take into consideration the context of the road conditions and the weather conditions. If it's night, there might be animals out, all the other wild animals on the road. There's all these sorts of considerations you're going to take into play. So when it comes to trading, are you just going to approach the trading with a very static way of trading it, a bit like that Ferrari, and just drive that road the same speed, whatever is going on? No, you're not. You should be able to take into consideration the context of the market. So therefore, you can adapt a little bit to the market conditions. But that also means, coming back to my original point about making a consistent income or consistent return from the market, it doesn't exist, because there are certain times in the year when the market may favor your overall approach, and there's going to be other times in the year where it won't favor it. So you won't have consistent returns. What you can do, though, is have a consistent approach. So your approach is consistent. I don't mean necessarily following oh, maybe that's an E again. I don't mean just following a given strategy and just mechanically trading that. What I mean is your approach overall is consistent, that you take a number of factors into consideration, and just like driving that Ferrari on the country lane, you will adapt to the context of the weather conditions, or in the markets, the context of the condition of the market. What's it doing? Is it trending? Is it moving sideways, etc., etc.? So you are consistent in your approach. You are adaptable to the conditions that are in front of you. And if you can approach your trading more in that way rather than having a blinkered approach, the returns, like I said, will take care of themselves. You will never make an exact same amount of money each and every single month that exists, but you don't need to either. If you can trust in your approach, that way you will get an overall consistent return. And what I mean by that is, over the long term, it will even itself out. In the short term, anything can happen and returns will be inconsistent. But if you're consistent, that's the path to success in trading. Hopefully that gives you some food for thought here today, and I'll be back on Saturday.